Hey, dispatch worker. Why did you go home before me? You have no manners even though you're a dispatch worker? Just because it's your first day here doesn't mean you can be lax. Reply to my text, dispatch worker. Good evening, Mr. Cobb. My name isn't dispatch worker, it's Jack Morrow. Who cares about that? I'm asking why you went home earlier than me. Are you underestimating us or something? Do you even have a will to work? Listen up. If you're going to work under me, then I'm going to have to be strict on you. Even if you are just a lowly dispatch worker. I'm not going to let you not take your work seriously. If I may, I think it can't be helped if a dispatch worker goes home earlier than the full-time employees. What? Do you think this job is a game or something? I intend to do my work properly, and I think I worked hard enough today as well. Then why did you disobey me and go home early? I told you not to go home before your superiors, but you didn't follow my orders. Besides, who said a dispatch worker like you could even have an opinion? It's not my opinion. I'm just talking about my terms of employment. Huh? Your terms of employment? There needs to be a regular employee with me while I'm doing work. Making part-time workers or dispatch workers do stuff on their own is banned. The only people who can lock the doors of the factories and the offices in this branch office are the full-time employees who have keys. The only 3 people left were me, you, and the part-time worker Miss Knox, so if you were to go home, then me and Miss Knox would have to go home as well, right? But if you do that, then there's going to be unfinished work. But isn't it going to be a problem if you just leave me in the office? Not only that, I'd like to correct you on a fundamental error in your logic. What is it? In the first place, I wasn't assigned to work in the factory. I was assigned to work in the office. What? Really? Yes, I was temporarily dispatched since the office was suddenly extremely low on staff because of people suddenly going on parental leave or having to be hospitalized. It was decided from the start that I would only be working here for 3 months until the employees return. Seriously? By the way, the only reason I did a bit of work in the factory today was because our managers thought that it would help with my work if I got to know how things were in the factories. I'm going to be doing desk work at the office from tomorrow, so you're not the one who's going to give me orders. The supervisor in the office is. Oh, is that so? Are we all right now? Oh, yeah, you can go now. Well then, goodbye. Huh, so you weren't one of my subordinates. I'm misleading. Hey, dispatch worker. My name is Jack, Mr. Cobb. It seems your dispatch period ends today, huh? Yes, thank you for having me. I mean, I guess it's only obvious for an impolite person who doesn't listen to what others say like you to be fired. What is it? There's no use trying to flatter me now, it's too late. I had told you on my first day of work, right? It was decided that my dispatch period would be for 3 months from the start. There was no plan of extending the period either, so it's not that I'm being fired. Oh, is that so? Again, thank you for having me. Goodbye. Wait, I thought that I had seen you somewhere before, but to think, you're Jack, right? The dispatch worker who was fired after 3 months 5 years ago? That reminds me. They were saying that several dispatch workers will be joining the factory workforce today. I see. This means that this time for sure you've been dispatched as one of my subordinates. Hold on, you're still living on that low salary of a dispatch worker after even 5 years? It seemed that you were quite the useless worker. It looks like it's almost time for the morning assembly. I heard that some high-ranking person from a new department at the company headquarters is going to be visiting today. I'm going to show the people in the main company how competent I am, and at the same time, show you how things are going to be around here as your boss. Why did you punch me as soon as the morning assembly started? It's only natural that useless low-ranking employees like you get punched. Work your ass off today as well. It seems you still don't understand the position you're in. Huh? Why don't you think about this carefully? No matter what the reason is, punching someone will cause a huge commotion. Don't you think that under regular circumstances, you would have been subdued on the spot? No one stopped me because everyone knows that my style of education is flawless and correct. No, the reason no one stopped you even though you punched me is because I had told everyone prior not to lay their hands on you until I say so. What? Now, I saw the text you sent me before this morning assembly. That's when I remembered that there were rumors about you going about in the company headquarters, but how you weren't doing well with your employees' relationships. And so I decided to not say anything and see how you would behave. I'm going to send this conversation to HQ. I kindly ask for your cooperation. Huh? Why are you talking as if you're the one heading the morning assembly? You're just a dispatch worker. I see. So you really haven't noticed yet. What is it? I came from the company headquarters. You came from HQ? Yes, I am now a full-time employee who works at HQ. By the way, I'm also the head of compliance starting from this year. What? I'll answer your questions in detail later. It looks like the swelling on my cheek is quite serious, so I'm going to go to the clinic. Hey, hold on. Since when were you a full-time employee who worked at HQ? Hey, you should be home by now, right? What's the meaning of this? Explain it to me right now. It means that you're banned from coming to work. Yes, it was really tough for me after that, you know. Immediately after I finished texting you, I was called by the head of this branch office and told not to come to work anymore. All I did was try to teach you your place as a lowly, useless dispatch worker. Why are you now the head of a new department at HQ? It's only been 5 years. When did all this happen? Well, it happened 5 years ago. While I was working here as a dispatch worker for 3 months, I noticed that the work done on computers in this branch office is quite inefficient. So I did as much as I could as a dispatch worker to optimize the speed of work. The head of this branch office and even people from HQ noticed what I had done, and they were kind enough to give me a job at HQ as a full-time employee. But even still, how were you able to become a department head in only 5 years? As regards to that, I'm not the only one. 2 years ago, I was invited to be one of the founding members of the new department, and the head of this new department was an employee aged 34. Huh? The head was the same age as me? It might look like he was promoted to a high position at an extremely young age when you compare it to the rest of the company. But the average age of this new department was 28. Considering this, I think you'll find it more believable that I was eventually chosen to become the head at the age of 30. Seriously? Well, there's really no point in me talking about my job, so I'll stop talking about this topic. What I wanted to talk about is how you suddenly punched me, who came from HQ to see how things were going here during today's morning assembly. I didn't know. I heard that new dispatch workers will be joining the factory workforce today, and that's when I saw you, so I assumed that you were here as a dispatch worker again. But I heard that the new dispatch workers would be coming tomorrow. What? It seems you didn't know the company's schedule, but that's not the point. No matter who the other person is, and no matter what your positions are, punching someone in the face is most of the time frowned upon. I just had a little misunderstanding. Don't you think we need to take that into consideration? Even if I were a dispatch worker, punching me in the face would have been a serious offense. It's not as if you were protecting yourself as well. You obviously just suddenly punched me. That's the reason you're being punished. Come on, I'm begging you. I'm about to get married. You're getting married? I plan on proposing to her soon. And my girlfriend is waiting for me to propose to her as well. You got a girlfriend? You know her as well, right? It's Miss Knox, the part-time worker from the office. What? Ms. Knox? But I was suddenly told not to come to work, so... if I may. I want to find happiness with her. But Ms. Knox is the wife of the factory head's son, didn't you know? What? It seems that she goes by her maiden name, Knox, while at the company. You're lying. Her husband is an employee at HQ, so I know him. They have a child who's turning 10 this year, if I remember correctly. No way, that's impossible. But Miss Knox comes to meet me every morning. Miss Knox is in charge of handing out the things that came with delivery to each department, right? Of course she comes to the factory every day. During lunch break too, she brings me lunch boxes to make herself look good as a wife. But I heard that her husband was in charge of making their lunch boxes. It seems that there's one more thing that we need to investigate. Hold on. I'm going to report this to HQ. Don't do this, please. Sorry, but the cheek which you punched still stings, so... I have bigger problems. Goodbye. I'm impressed someone like him was able to become the manager. But it seems like he was fairly competent at his actual work, which is why he was promoted in the first place. That being said, though, luckily I wasn't seriously injured when Mr. Cobb punched me in the face. But obviously I couldn't just let it go, so I filed a report on him. Ms. Knox, who he had apparently been stalking, filed a report on him as well. We have no intention of settling this outside of court with him. After the whole debacle, Mr. Cobb was now in possession of a criminal record and was fired from the company. He used all the money he had saved up to pay for the alimonies, which were massive. Me and Ms. Knox had asked from him, and he was forced to start over from scratch. No, it was even worse than starting over from scratch for him, as he was now in the possession of a criminal record. Unless he does something about how he treats other people, I doubt he'll be able to live a happy life in the future.
Samantha, how could you? You've got some explaining to do.
What's your problem?
You're terrible!
I can see that you're upset about something. Would you mind telling me what it is?
Don't make me spell it out for you. You know what you did. I can't believe you could do this to me.
I can't believe you would expect me to know what you're talking about.
He's my fiancé.
He? Who's he?
My fiancé!
Does this fiancé have a name?
I'm talking about Tim, obviously.
Tim?
Tim is my fiancé.
We were supposed to spend our lives together. And now I found out that you introduced Tim to our parents as your fiancé?
How could you be so cruel?
Hold on. Tim has always been my fiancé. What are you talking about?
You stole him from me.
I didn't steal him from anybody. He's my fiancé. Are you drunk?
Tim comes by to see me every time I'm at work.
Work? You mean the cafe?
Yeah, the one near the subway station.
He's just dropping off the products the cafe ordered. He's a delivery man.
What?
We both work at the same restaurant supply company. Your restaurant is right along Tim's regular delivery route.
That doesn't change the fact that he comes in to see me. Professional relationships turn into romantic relationships all the time.
Oh, trust me. I know all about that.
What do you mean?
Tim and I both joined the company around the same time. And we started dating a few months later. That was 5 years ago.
5 years?
In other words, since you were still in high school 5 years ago and not working, you had never met Tim when he and I started dating. Got it?
Well, so what you met him before me? Just because you met him first doesn't mean he isn't mine.
You don't get it, do you? I've been dating Tim since way before you ever met him. So how could I possibly have stolen him from you?
No, you don't get it, Samantha. Tim's feelings are for me, not you. You probably tricked him into marrying you. I bet you lied and told him our family was rich or something. You're the worst! Ugh, I feel so bad for Tim.
This is a waste of time.
Excuse me?
I'm not in the mood to entertain your delusions.
You're the one who's deluded.
I hope you come back to reality sooner rather than later. Bye, Olivia.
Hey, don't you run away from me! Samantha, you're gonna pay for stealing Tim from me. $50,000. Pay up.
Huh? What now?
When I told Mom and Dad about what you did, they were furious. Unless you paid me $50,000 and give Tim back to me, they're gonna cut you off.
Unreal. They're taking your side again.
Of course they are. I'm the one telling the truth.
I can't believe my own parents are clueless enough to believe the insane rantings of a deranged lunatic. This is embarrassing.
What's it gonna be, Samantha? You gonna pay or not?
Not a chance. Why would I pay for something I didn't do?
What? What? If you're not gonna pay, then break up with Tim and never speak to me again.
Why would I break up with him? We're getting married.
No, you're not. Do you have any idea how mad Mom and Dad are?
Yeah, I have a pretty good idea. I just don't care.
You'd better start caring.
Whether it's food, clothes, phone, or men, you've been taking what's mine for as long as I can remember. And our parents always took your side. You always told some ridiculous story. They always believed you. And no matter what I said to them, I always ended up getting punished in the end. I'm better off without a family like that. I'm never coming home again.
Really? You're not? Yes! You're gonna give Tim back to me too, right? Oh, now we can get married! Yes, yes, yes! Samantha! How could you? You've got some explaining to do.
Oh boy, here we go again. Wasn't I cut off from the family? Why are you messaging me?
What did you say to Tim? Tim stopped coming to see me! I told everyone at the cafe we're engaged. And a few days later, he stopped coming.
Oh yeah, his old route. He transferred, Olivia.
Transferred?
He's not a delivery driver anymore. He works in the main office.
You did this, didn't you?
Huh?
You got jealous of me and Tim, and you're trying to keep us apart.
Olivia? Do you know what I do at this company? I'm not an executive or anything. I'm just a regular employee. I don't have the power to move people around due to personal vendettas.
Really? If that's true, you must have seduced someone who can.
Are you serious?
I had no idea you were that kind of a woman.
Great, more delusions. Stop having such lucid fantasies about me.
Stop saying such lurid things!
Anyway, I had nothing to do with Tim's transfer. Not to mention, you don't even know Tim's number, do you?
Well,
You've only ever met him when he delivered stuff to the cafe, right? Well, have you ever met him outside of work? You expect me to believe he's your fiancé when you don't have his number and have never met him outside of work. Whatever. Just leave Tim alone.
that's my line. I'm never letting you have Tim. Samantha! How could you? I saw what you posted to Twitter. You're having a wedding? Have you no shame? I don't know how you're threatening Tim into all of this, but I'm gonna put a stop to it. You don't know a thing about love. You'll never have a relationship with Tim like I do. I'm not gonna let this wedding happen. I'm gonna save Tim from you, just you watch. Samantha! How could you? You set me up.
Not you again. What do you mean I set you up?
I was trying to save Tim from a loveless marriage with you. So I stormed into the ceremony and rushed the altar. But when I got there, the bride and groom were two different people. You and Tim weren't there. You went so far as to organize a fake wedding to trick me? You're such a jerk.
Olivia, this is too much, even for you. Tim and I decided to skip the full ceremony and just got wedding pictures taken instead.
Pictures? When?
Yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yeah, and we delivered the papers to the courthouse right after, so we're now officially man and wife.
No! You can't do that! Divorce him! Now!
Don't you have more pressing concerns right now, Olivia?
Like what?
You said you stormed into a wedding in progress? Where was this?
Why do I need to tell you? It was your plan.
Again with the delusions. Just tell me where it was.
It was at Wilderberg Ceremony Hall.
Oh, okay. That's the place where we booked our wedding photos.
It is?
So, to summarize, you got the date for a wedding wrong and completely ruined the wedding for whoever had the misfortune of planning it for the day you finally jumped off the deep end.
Wait.
You're in big trouble, Olivia.
Samantha, you better have money. You get ready to send it to me. You really messed up. The couple from the wedding you tricked me into storming into are suing me for the cost of their wedding. They want $50,000. Lucky for you, that's exactly what you owe me for stealing Tim away from me. So send me the money soon. So pay me the $50K and we can call it even. Oh, right. I'll give you the couple's bank account number, so wire it directly to them yourself. Oh, and make it fast. Samantha, how could you? You still haven't wired the $50K? Their lawyer just called me. They're really mad they haven't gotten your payment yet. Ugh, Samantha, you really are the worst. Mom and Dad are mad too, you know. Oh, and hurry up and divorce Tim. Answer me, Samantha! Samantha! How could you? Why did you tell our uncle about everything? He's saying I'm insane. He wants to lock me up in some hospital. All I wanted to do was marry Tim. Why did you have to get in my way? Why is everyone acting like I'm crazy?
I finally got sick of Olivia's endless messages, so I tried calling my uncle on my dad's side to see if there was anything he could do to help. I guess he never had a very good relationship with my dad. And the last they had ever met was 16 years ago at my grandmother's funeral. The call came as a surprise to him, but he heard me out and said he would help. The next time he messaged me, he said he got my parents to sell their house to pay off the couple from the wedding and put my sister in a place where she can get some mental help. I wish I would have asked him for help sooner. We could have saved everyone a lot of grief. Tim and I decided we wanted to put as much distance between us and this family as possible. So we both submitted transfer requests to our company. We ended up going to a regional office near Tim's parents' house. His parents treat me like their own daughter, so it's nice to finally experience what having a real family feels like.